everybody, Outer Galaxy Lounge here with our September the 23rd, 2024 Physical Media Super Show. We're going to call it that because that makes it more exciting. Plus we got all the mood lighting going. Don't know how that's going to do with our display of physical media, but we'll try. We can only fail, right? Just going to show you some of the things I picked up at Half Price Books over the last month. I haven't posted in about a month. A lot of things have been going on. Some good, some bad. We're not going to get into them because we're going to be fine. Everything's good. I made some cash on some and credit on some go back items that I sent over to Half Price Books. Made a good deal of cash actually. So anyway, I've also picked up some nice things like this. New Yorker video, VHS of the 1962 movie An Autumn Afternoon, directed by Yasujiro Ozu, the Japanese director. This is his last film. It's a typical story of an old man seeing his daughter married off, facing his mortality and his loneliness, and the daughter going on to live a life where she's going to inevitably distance herself from her family. It's a very typical Ozu type film. It's on New Yorker video. Very nice label on that. Looks to be in good shape. The box is in nice shape. I used to own these films on VHS and I'm kind of acquiring them as I see them. This was $1, so that's pretty nice. We got a George Shearing 2 CD retrospective. George Shearing is a great jazz pianist, or was. This is kind of an autobiographical tour of his best, or at least, a selection of his best works in various settings: solo piano, jazz ensembles, and orchestral arrangement settings. This one is called Lullabies of Birdland, a musical autobiography. 2 CDs. There's the other CD. Don't know if you could see it. I don't have a lot of George Shearing. This is really a good representative sampling of the different things he could do. So that actually fills a gap for me. We got Mahler's Second Symphony here with Herbert Blomstedt and the San Francisco Symphony on Decca London. 2 CD set. Got this for $1. Also got the George Shearing for $1. This is a sharp, lively, very cracking performance, I'd say, of the second. The ensemble is sharp as heck. The pacing's good. I was very impressed by this. You don't read much about this performance, but I was pretty impressed by it on first listen. So we're going to give that another shot later and see if I don't think the audio levels on my musical surround track are even. So let's go fix this. It's supposed to be mood music. Whoops. It's supposed to be mood music, not overpowering. I got King's Record Shop from Roseanne Cash. This was released in 1987. She's on the cover, posed next to a now defunct and destroyed record store called King's Record Shop in Louisville, Kentucky. This was on Jefferson Street. That whole block was destroyed to make way for the convention center and for the hotels and things that are down there now, which is sad. It was kind of a Skid Row area downtown, but it had beautiful buildings, beautiful old theater buildings and stuff. And she's actually not posed in front of King's. This was superimposed. Her figure was superimposed over the shop. But anyway, this was a highly acclaimed country record in '87. Might be her best album. It's quite good. It's got several hits on it, and it's one I've been looking for and haven't been able to find until now. So glad to have it. We got Samba, Little Samba on Zoho Records CD. This is featuring Henrik Merkens, who's a jazz harmonica player. Very much like Toots Thielmans, if you know who he is, you kind of get an idea of what this is. He's got some other great artists on here, including Tierney Sutton, the vocalist, the jazz vocalist. I listened to this a couple times. It's very nice. Very nice. Got that for $1. We got Emmanuel Axe and Yo-Yo Ma here doing some cello sonatas from Rachmaninoff and Prokofiev on Sony Classics. As it turns out, I already own this, so I'm going to have to sell this on eBay. This was $1. The records are coming in a minute. I bought a bunch of vinyl too, so hold on for that. We'll show you that in a second. Beethoven's Violin Concerto with Itzhak Perlman and Carlo Maria Giolini on EMI. This is a very famous recording. Of course, I already own this. I was thinking I might sell this one. Or just have an extra copy. I'm not sure. It's on the Great Performances of the Century series. And it is a very fine performance, of course. Got some Brahms cello sonatas here with Yo-Yo Ma and Emanuel Ax. This is on Musical Heritage Society. I'm not sure what the original label was. It might be Sony, it might be Columbia, I'm not sure. Could be EMI. I can't keep track. These guys recorded for every label. But, you know, it's a Musical Heritage Society issue. I don't know if I have these recordings. I haven't really dug into it yet, but I didn't want to take a chance and not get it at that price, $1. Now this was probably the find of the day. I got this today at half price. It's a 2-disc set on Chandos of Vaughan Williams works. I'm going to have to put my glasses on to read these to you. My other glasses, not my cool glasses. What we have on here is the Oboe Concerto, Violin Concerto, Tuba Concerto, Piano Concerto, Lark Ascending, 2-hymn tune preludes, Toward the Unknown Region, and Concerto Grosso for string orchestra, and Partita for double string orchestra. 2 CDs on Chandos with Bryden Thompson, the late Bryden Thompson. $1, folks. And then I had a discount, so it was only 95 cents. Ralph Vaughan Williams, or Rafe Vaughan Williams, excuse me. Pretty much an instant Rafe Vaughan Williams collection apart from the symphonies, which obviously they couldn't fit on here, but I have all those anyway. But London Symphony Orchestra, Chandos records, excellent buy for $1. A lot of stuff on that. Got this DVD of the 1999, I think, or 98 film Afterlife. This is a beautiful movie. It's about people going into the afterlife. They're kind of at a way station being interviewed by, I guess, the angels, and to determine where they're going to be in the afterlife. Every person who dies gets a chance to relive their fondest memory over and over, and this is about those people talking about their fondest memories. It's a very great concept. Roger Ebert loved the film. I love the film. I saw it over like 20 years ago. And it makes me think, what memory would I most like to take with me if I had that choice? And I know what it is. I'm never going to tell you because it's a secret, but I had a day in my life about 10 years ago or so that was a perfect day with someone special, and I wish I could live that over and over again if I could. So we got, hold on, let me turn this down. Another DVD. I think this is one of those archive DVDs. It is. It's 20th Century Fox kind of archive, what do you call it, Cinema Archives collection. They kind of burn on demand. Tender is the Night, 20th Century Fox film with Jennifer Jones and Jason Robards, Joan Fontaine and Tom Ewell from the 50s, based on F. Scott Fitzgerald's novel, of course, which I read many years ago and have very little remembrance of. I have never seen the movie, to be honest. I have not seen it. If I did, I don't remember. It's $1. It was $1, just like Afterlife was $1. So I'm happy to have those. Those fill 2 gaps. I may actually own Afterlife. I don't remember, but I didn't want to take a chance that I didn't have it. All right, so we're going to get into some records now. We got on Philips, William Byrd's motets. This is kind of like Renaissance music from 1543 to 1623. That's when William Byrd was alive. Beautiful choral music, vocal music on Philips. Really good pressing, good shape. Motets. Got another one on DG Deutsche Grammophon archive production, Thomas Tallis. And another William Byrd, more vocal pieces from semi-ancient times, I guess you could say, 1500s, 1600s. I'm not going to name the performers here, but impeccable pressings, very nice conditions on these records. For $1. Again, these are all $1. 95 cents with my discount. Nicolette Larson's debut album from, I think, 1978 called Nicolette, produced by Warner Brothers. I think she was an item with Neil Young, I believe. She unfortunately passed on early of cancer several years ago, and she had one big hit in 1978 called Lotta Love. It's on here. It's the first track on the album. It's kind of that middle of the road popular pop music of the 70s, folk rock, very well orchestrated stuff. And then the second song here is Rumba Girl, which actually at the time was my favorite song off of this record. But Lotta Love's good, 70s pop rock stuff, and you know, the rest of the album is okay, nothing to write home about. The first two tracks are quite nice. This is a very good pressing. The condition of the cover is really good, and I don't know if you can see her. She's quite adorable, kind of a hippie girl. Very enjoyable. I got this Pablo Cruz, A Place in the Sun. I think this came out in 1976 or 77. There were two hits on this. The top 10 hit was What You Gonna Do, and then the other hit that didn't quite get to the top 40 almost was called the title track, A Place in the Sun. I used to have this single. I think I still have it in the other room, but I don't play it. But this was $1. I thought, you know, for nostalgia purposes, I would go ahead and get this. It's in good shape. The record and the jacket are in really nice shape. Pablo Cruz, What You Gonna Do? A Place in the Sun is the name of the album. Approximately 1977. Now I got a Brazilian record today. Martinho da Vila, Presente. It comes in this weird outer sleeve, which is kind of torn all to hell. But inside we have the actual jacket. I would call it the actual jacket gatefold. There you go. Got the gatefold, which is in impeccable condition thanks to this ratty outside cover thing. This is Samba. This is Popular Samba from 1977. It's a great album, and it's in impeccable condition. I got this for $3.99. This is a real Brazilian record. Martinho da Vila. This is a lively record. All the tracks are awesome. There's this one track, it's the fifth track, what's it called? It's really beautiful. It's kind of reminds me of like a João Bosco track, like on Galo de Briga or something like that. Very moody, very romantic. It's called Cordes e Correntes, I think. Really beautiful. And then the rest of them are lively sambas and then mixed in with slower numbers. But man, it really flows. It's prime time. In fact, some people think this is his best record. And to find this in Louisville, Kentucky for $4 in good shape, I mean, you're not even going to find a copy in this town, much less find one in good shape. At that price, that's insane. I played this today and it was awesome. Got this on Musical Heritage Society, 2-disc set. I'll show you, it's a gatefold. This is Johann Sebastian Bach's Brandenburg Concertos with Ton Koopman and the Amsterdam Baroque Orchestra. This record is in impeccable condition. It almost looks like it was never played. The surfaces on this thing were silent, not noisy at all, even in the quiet passages. This was very good. I only listened to the first record. I don't really need any more Brandenburg Concertos. I have several recordings of it, but I never had this one. It's on Musical Heritage Society. I don't know who the original licensee was. Oh, licensed from Erato Records. All right. Wow, this was great, and this was $1. That was $1, guys. All right, we're about to run out of power. I'm going to take a short break and change the battery on the camera. All right, resuming the Physical Media Super Show for September 23rd, 2024. Sean Phillips, Transcendence, 1978 on LP. This is on RCA. I don't know if he was on RCA before. I think he was. He didn't make very many records, and they were all in the 70s. I think he made records from about 1970 to I don't know when, but most of his great output was in the 1970s. I played this. This is a hell of a record. This has got a lot of variety on it. He's a great singer-songwriter, folk rock, He goes a little bit out of his bounds here with a little more orchestral stuff, a lot of experimentation, but not in an avant-garde way at all, really. But the way he uses his voice, very creative with it, and this is a great record. I had not heard this one. I'd heard other Sean Phillips records before. He made one called Collaboration, and I forgot what the other one was called. Contribution, I think. And I think it was Contribution 1 and 2 in around 1972-ish. Somewhere in there, 70, 71, 72. This is awesome. It's on RCA. This is a really nice pressing for $1. It's fantastic. Sean Phillips, that's a guy you should check into. Listen to him on YouTube if you can find him. Harry Chapin, Heads and Tails. I think this was 1972, 73. This was his first album, his debut. This has the song Taxi as the opening track, his famous storytelling track. One of many, of course, but a big hit for him, where he tells the story of meeting an old girlfriend in a taxi. It's a very moody song, very beautiful song, great example of a singer-songwriter work. This pressing is okay. It's not perfect. There is a skip on this where it skips back and keeps playing the same little 1 second over and over unless you lift the tone arm. But it was $1, and I'm not gonna do anything about that. And the skip was not on Taxi, thank goodness. It was on a different track. The good thing about this, though, is it made me listen to this album, which I really haven't listened to in ages, and it was nice to be able to kind of force to listen to it by putting the record on. And you know, Harry Chapin was a great humanitarian. He gave all his money away. He lived in poverty, self-imposed poverty, so that he could give his earnings away to people in need, more need than he was. And you can read all about him if you don't know about him. Here's another George Shearing. This is White Satin. This is Capitol full dimensional stereo sound from the 50s. This is definitely just lounge territory, very easy listening stuff with a very lovely lady on the cover. It's a good pressing. It's not worn down too much, and the jacket, the dust jacket and everything, or the outer cover, looks good. I played this. It's what it, you know, it's kind of George tinkling around on a piano with these lush orchestral settings. Very sedate. This, though, this has got a little bit more kick to it. This is Charlie Byrd and Adelmaro Romero. This is called Onda Nueva, the New Wave. It's Charlie Byrd, the jazz guitarist, American jazz guitarist, collaborating with a Venezuelan jazz artist. Got a lady on the beach here, and this is kind of a follow-up to some of his other Latin jazz albums. I think this is one of his best. I think this has some of Charlie Byrd's best playing on it. It's very lively. It's got great Latin rhythms on it. It's not really easy listening. It's pretty authentic jazz. It is a little bit easy. You know, it's not going to be John Coltrane type jazz, but it's a little bit more lively, authentic. It has a real kick to it. Great rhythms. I've played this a few times already. I had never heard this album before. It's an awesome album. Very happy to get that for $1. Last on the Super Show today, we've got Laurindo Almeida. He's a Brazilian jazz guitarist. This is his take on A Man and a Woman, which of course was a big French hit from 1966. A very famous melody. Francis Lai, or Lai. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Francis Lai, something like that. So everybody and his brother covered A Man and a Woman back then, and Laurindo Almeida jazz guitar with strings and horns. This is very easy listening. This is very sedate. Definitely not as good as this one. This one is much livelier, much more authentic Latin jazz. This one's definitely kind of Americanized, kind of slushy stuff, but pleasant. I enjoyed it. The pressing is fine. I got this for $1. It's on, what is it, Capitol again, another Capitol. Don't want to forget this one. I also got this one recently for $1 on half price, this CD. This is by June Christie, the jazz singer, ballad singer, American standard song, pop ballad singer. This one came out in 1963. It's called The Intimate Miss Christie. Very good. Maybe the best June Christie album I've heard. Really enjoyed this one. I played it a couple times recently. and we'll be playing it again. So say if you want to check her out, this is a good place to start. Another one I picked up recently for $1 was this Beethoven Piano Concerto No. 2 with the Creatures of Prometheus. The complete ballet music here on Decca Eloquence. This was Zubin Mehta with the Israel Philharmonic, and the pianist is Radu Lupu. I also had this recording of the third with this same series, also on Decca Eloquence with Radu Lupu. This is the third concerto. And I think I either have the fourth or the fifth on another disc, maybe a different compilation disc, I can't remember. It's not with these two. But anyway, that was one I wanted to mention. The Prometheus is a relatively older performance from '69. The concerto was recorded in '79, so nice pairing though, an unusual pairing. So that's the Super Show for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't think there's anything else. So, I'm going to show you a little bit, possibly show you a little bit of our yard sale we had a few weeks ago. I'm going to lead out with that. I'll show you some footage from the yard sale, and then we'll see you next time. Hello everyone, Outer Galaxy Lounge here. We're having the fantastic yard sale tomorrow, this weekend, Friday and Saturday. My sister, myself, and my mom will be selling whole bunches of things for $1 or less. Let's look through it real quick. We got a bunch. The garage is closed right now, but my shadow's in the whole thing. We got a bunch of DVDs here for 50 cents a piece. They keep going on and on. A lot of this is stuff I pulled out of my eBay inventory, and a lot of it's my sister's. I'd say it's about half and half, hers and mine. A lot of glassware there, stuffed animals, various bric-a-brac, knick-and-knacks, and same over here. So there, hold down, all the way down. Same over here. Clothes on that table, flowers down there. Found an old hubcap along the road one day, pulled that in, and there we go. Jewelry on this table. Got a bunch of books all lining up here. Again, half and half my sister's and my books here. A lot of this is books that I've purged from my own library to make room. And more stuff over there. Glassware and other home items along the wall. So there you go. It's going to be a big one, folks. $1 or less, 25 cents, 50 cents, and $1. That's our price points. We really want it to move. Some vinyl records down there, and there's some in the house. I didn't bring them all out because of the humidity. There's stuff going to be under the tables as well. Some more 25-cent Christmas and glassware here. All right, everybody, it's the morning of the yard sale. The anticipation is building by the minute. It's an hour until we open, but I took the table out. Let me get that ready. Put the umbrella up. The dawn sun is just up. Got the chairs out. When my sister gets here in about half an hour, we'll finish that. I got some signs here that are going to go out. Don't want to put it out too soon, too early, because you know, we're not ready. We are ready, but anyway. So I moved a bunch of stuff out to the back. Got my bikes and the lawnmower out there so that they're not in the way. And all the crazy people. No, they're lovely customers. Will be coming in to get the bargain of the century.